Hey everyone, welcome to the week before Christmas. For those of you who are celebrating, those of you celebrating other celebrations as well, it's a crazy time of the year. So today I wanted to talk about, are you feeling that holiday stress? And if so, what can you do about it? I like to talk about 6 strategies, 6 ways to try and keep your sanity during this crazy time. And I know the one thing that always helps me, and I'm not even including this really in one of the 6, but one of the things that always helps me is knowing you always pull this off. So when you think, oh my goodness, I don't have all the time, I don't have time, hi Joy, how am I going to fit all this in? How am I going to get this all in time? And I always say to myself, you always pull this off. You always manage to do this. So knowing that history's on your side, you can look at what you've done in the past and know that, okay, I've been able to do this. Hi, Kristen. Anyway, so here we go. 6 strategies to try and keep your sanity during the holidays. Number 1, practice gratitude, okay? When we get overwhelmed, we focus on the negative, what isn't done, how are we going to get this done, focusing on gratitude. So what are some things you can be grateful for? And my big thing when it comes to gratitude is little things. Don't think big things. Hi, Jojo. Think little things. The little things. Like, I'm thinking when my kids were little, oh, my daughter came up and just gave me a cuddle. We're going to watch a movie. Like, how precious is that? Actually, I just spoke to a woman earlier today, and she said it was so nice. Her adult daughter came home, and they made cookies together, and they sat and had cocoa and watched a movie, a Christmas movie. How lovely is that? So I mean little things. Even if it's, I went to the mall and somebody held the door open for me. Little things. Hi, Sherry. So practicing gratitude and just being aware of it, because once you start doing that more often, you'll start noticing more things, because there's so many things that happen that we don't even see, we don't even recognize. So once you start training your brain to look for those things, you'll see more of that. So first one, practice gratitude. Second one, move your body, okay? And one of the easiest ways to change your mood is to change your physiology. I often talk about, if you think of someone who's down and depressed, overwhelmed, what are they going to look like? And we all know this because we all practice it. We all practice this. Tired and overwhelmed, you might be sitting there with your head in your hand looking down, and your muscles in your face are slack and your breathing is very shallow. As soon as you change your physiology, it's hard to feel that way. So if you're standing tall and head up and shoulders back and smile on your face, it's harder to feel down and depressed. So move your body. And I don't necessarily mean you have to go work out. Go for a walk. Just go move around. Maybe do some stretching. This doesn't have to be a serious workout. That's not what I'm implying at all. But just move your body. The third one is plan and prioritize. Okay? This is a great time to have a list. Have your list. You know what? Here, I'll give you an example. I didn't even think I was going to do this, but so last night we're having 18 people for Christmas dinner. And so last night I just had my list. I wrote out exactly, okay, what are we having for Christmas dinner? And then who's bringing what? Because my family, people help, and I do the majority of it, but people certainly bring stuff to help out. So that's what I did. I created my list and I wrote down next to it, okay, who is bringing what? So plan and prioritize. And what's the most important things that need to be done? You looking after yourself should not get pushed to the side. You need to prioritize yourself during this time too, so you can manage to get all this stuff done. And that leads into the next one, which is take me time. Take that time for yourself. Because we all know it's so easy just to get caught up in the busy of it. And I've got to do this and I've got to do that and all this. But we all know that we are so much more effective if we take time to rest and relax. So that instead of having 4 hours of crazy shopping at the mall where you're just going all over the place, maybe you take an hour before you go just to take it easy, do something for you, you know, plan and prioritize when you get to the mall, where are you going? And then maybe you only need 2 hours at the mall and it's just boom, 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 boom. You're just a lot more organized. So taking that me time, it's not something frivolous, it's a necessity. So make sure you take that, okay? One thing I like to do, so for example, I do a lot of baking and I gift it a lot of my baking. I get tins and whatnot. And the other day I noticed this. I started doing some baking and I'm like, I'm not feeling this. Like I was feeling a little stressed and thinking of all the things I had to do. And the TV was on and I wasn't really watching, so I turned it off and it was just quiet. But even the quiet I didn't really love. I put on some Christmas music. And it wasn't even about it being Christmas music, but just music. All of a sudden, it relaxed me. And my mindset was completely different as I was doing this baking. So think about, what do you need? Maybe it's music, maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. What do you need to help just calm you? What about your senses? Is it something you smell? Maybe it's lighting a nice scented candle. You know, is it seeing things? Maybe having the TV on for you is good. You know, is it just listening? So for me, it was too overwhelming, having the TV of seeing something, hearing something, and doing something. As soon as I turned one of those senses off, basically, and just listened, it was more calming. So think about for yourself, what do you need to kind of just calm down so it's more effective? Hi, Jennifer. The last one is changing your perspective. So remembering that you are in control of how you feel. If you want to feel stressed and overwhelmed, and you allow yourself to go down that spiral, it is a choice that you're making. We all have lots to do, everyone's busy, but it's a choice. It's also a privilege that we have so much to do. You know, I was thinking to myself just earlier, so family of 5, we're all home now, even though my kids are technically adults. And it's busy, it's crazy, it's chaos, it's not always neat and tidy like I like it, and all that stuff. But I thought to myself earlier, I thought, you know what, one day at some point, I don't know when, it's just gonna be me. And my husband travels a lot. There's gonna be a lot of time where it's just me getting ready for Christmas, just me baking and all that. And yeah, it'll be neat and tidy, but it's gonna be really quiet. It's gonna be an adjustment. And so I'm thinking, you know what? It's the perspective of, yeah, things are crazy and busy, but we have everyone together. So it's that perspective of, how do you choose to look at something? You know, is it the glass half empty or the glass half full? So your perspective is massive. And sometimes going back, so making sure you're not overstimulated, taking that time for you, you know, planning and prioritizing, moving your body, practicing gratitude. When you do all those things, then changing your perspective is a whole lot easier. Give me a thumbs up if any of this you think that you can implement. Something that you're like, yeah, that's something I'm going to take away with me, and I'm going to try that out because I think that's going to work for me. So give me a thumbs up. Maybe you have another strategy. This is where I love throwing it out. If you have another thing that I haven't mentioned, and I'm sure there's a lot of other strategies out there, put it down below. Share it. Share it with our group because we could only benefit from each other. So don't be afraid. Put something that works for you down below in the chat. If there's something that you're thinking, yeah, Carolyn, that's something that I'm going to try, throw it in the chat, give me a thumbs up. Anyway, meanwhile, have a fabulous holiday. If you're celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing Facebook Lives for the next couple of weeks with Christmas on Monday and then New Year's on Monday. But I'll be seeing you after that. So anyway, have a safe and happy holiday. If you're needing anything, you know where to find me. Don't hesitate. Take care.